Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Cryptids and Monsters video. Once again, I'm doing a new entry here based on one of your new suggestions. Please keep posting those new suggestions. I'll be doing a few more here, and then I will wrap up this playlist and start working on another one soon. This one doesn't have much information to talk about only because the cryptid itself is very elusive. Not only was it apparently only encountered only in one place, but it was also only one circumstance, and even then, not too many people saw it. In fact, there's literally no description of it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll present as much information as I can here. It almost has a celebratory 100 years of this encounter. So let's see, maybe sometime in the future there might be another type of encounter with this mysterious cryptid, and there'll be more information to describe about afterwards. And in fact, you're looking at a representation of it now. Has a very unique name as well. It's known as the Black Beast of Snake Mountain. So let's go ahead and let's talk about all this brief information here. I'll give my own thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you guys and gals think as well. So what is this Black Beast of Snake Mountain? Again, it is a very mysterious cryptid that was only encountered once at one location, and even then, not too many people saw it. If you want to know the exact location, you have to go here. It's at a place called Snake Mountain, hence the name of the creature. Snake Mountain is located there in the mountains of Vermont. Specifically, if you wanted to go to the county, it's called Addison County, and it's apparently there by a town called Addison. It looks very beautiful, at least from afar, but Snake Mountain also has its own dangers. It's called Snake Mountain because, no surprise, there are apparently a set of snakes that live within that mountain area. In fact, it used to be called Rattlesnake Mountain way back when, because within its ledges and boulders, it housed the only venomous snake within the entire state. I believe it was a form of a rattlesnake as well. But either way, this is why the name of it is known as Snake Mountain. Looks beautiful, at least from afar, but it also, again, houses another mysterious creature, a dangerous one there, and this is where the tales of the Black Beast of Snake Mountain come into play. So here's apparently what happened. A lot of this was described there in the Vermont Monster Guide, and it happened to one lonely woman who was, again, by herself, and at one particular night, and her running into this elusive creature. So here's what it states. This woman was by herself there in the middle of the night, driving home after visiting somebody nearby, presumably a neighbor. And so as she was driving, she suddenly realized that there was a creature that was following her. Not only was it following her, but it was picking up speed along the winding road that she was up against. And not only that, but it was actually matching the speed of her car at one point. In fact, it was even catching up to her, which shows that it was moving even faster than the car was at a certain point. And so she decided to just continue driving as far as she could. She didn't want to get into any kind of car accident. So as soon as she had a chance, a viable chance to go into a safe location, she saw a farm around her and she drove straight into that area. But this thing also followed her. Again, at no point whatsoever could she see what it was. She was not able to describe it. She was not able to visually see it and later on give accounts of what it looked like. Nothing like that. But what she saw was that this thing followed her directly into that farm area, and then on top of that, it started jumping on top of her car. So it was not only following her, but now it was trying to attack her, because once it was on top of her car, that's when it had these claws, or the closest thing to claws, because the way she described it, she started to hear that this thing was frantically clawing at the top of her car's roof. So you can imagine the calamity that she was in. Here she was all by herself in the middle of the night, and she had this mysterious creature now on top of her car, pounding on it, trying to claw into the roof itself. The only thing she could do at that time was honk her car's horn, and in fact she did so as much as she could. Luckily though, whoever was there within the farm heard everything that was happening outside. They decided to go out there as well, and once they did so, this thing, whatever it was, had the floodlights from the farm turned on and hit this creature. And then that's when this creature fled. It immediately fled into the wooded area surrounding that farmland. It didn't stay too long, in other words. But even then, they in turn could not see what it was. They didn't see exactly what this creature looked like because it was just so quick. But either way, the people there within that farm realized that it was not something at all obvious like any kind of animal or any kind of human, and so they went back into their farm as quick as they could. They got out their guns, they went back outside, but it was too late. It was long gone at that point. Even as quick as it was, as quick as they were, this thing was even quicker than themselves, and so it was long gone. They reportedly still shot into the trees, they shot into the foresty area, try to see what they could get, but nothing occurred from it. They didn't hit anything, they didn't strike anything, nothing was ever found, and that seems to be the only encounter associated with this mysterious creature, this black beast of Snake Mountain. Only presumably was that the fact that this creature was coming nearby from that area. Either it came by from the Snake Mountain or it went into the Snake Mountain, and that was it. That's essentially, again, the only encounter that people have had with it and its location. Now, there is one very loose encounter of sorts afterwards, but very little information, not even a sentence that describes it. But it's the fact that apparently this thing, whatever it was, this black beast of Snake Mountain, would like to scare children that were on nearby farms. All that's been told about it was that it would jump down from some tree limbs and then scare the children off. Nothing else. Nothing else happened to them. No reports of them having any danger afterwards. They would just simply run away, and then that was it. So whether this is truly something along the lines of another encounter with the black beast of Snake Mountain, who knows? But I just wanted to mention that here as well. But that's it. I told y'all it was going to be pretty brief when it came to this creature, its encounter, its description. No mention of how it looked like. The only closest thing that one could think of is that it has some kind of claws. Maybe it's called the black beast of Snake Mountain because whoever saw it at least saw its color, and it looked to be having like a blackish type of color with its skin or whatever, fur or whatever it had on it. But then that's it. But at least you know now a location associated with it, the time period. If anybody wanted to go to that Snake Mountain there in the mountains of Vermont and then try to see it in person, just be very, very careful, of course, not only because of that, but also because of the area having those snakes there too. But that's pretty much all the info that I could provide here. But if anybody has anything else I might have missed, maybe somebody there local from that location, from that county, from that city, from those mountains of Vermont, then please post in the comments below. See if you have more info that you would like to share. All right, everyone. Thanks again as always. Take care. Bye.